Hello and welcome, Sagittarius. I am Elizabeth Bratcher, Psychic Medium, and I'm here to do your weekly reading. Thank you very much for joining me today. It is a real pleasure to read for you. Just very quickly to let you know, I do daily reads and monthly reads as well. The daily reads are just good for a little bit of insight and guidance, and the monthly reads are a more in-depth reading over what you can expect for the month. If you haven't already and you'd like to, please subscribe to my channel. It is a real pleasure for you guys to join. And, I love watching the community grow. It gives me a real buzz. But let me show you what I'm reading with today. So I'm reading with the Sun and the Moon Tarot. And I'm also reading with my own deck, which is the Elliptical deck. Okay, so remember, guys, as well, that I am reading for lots of you today. So take what resonates with you and leave what doesn't. Don't try to make something fit. If it doesn't, that's all good. And what else was I going to say? It's got skipped my mind. What was I going to say? Can't remember. Mustn't have been important. That's all good. Oh yeah, that's what I was going to say. It is important. That's why I remembered. What I'm going to focus on is I just kind of let the cards tell me, so I don't necessarily focus on anything specific. I just call on the energy of what you need to know most this week. So anything from love, relationships, career, all that sort of stuff will come up. And sometimes it's also just what the general energy is of the week as well. So I've already given the cards a nice good shuffle before we started today. So I don't need to waste too much of your time doing so. So let's get started and see. Nice. Alright, let me show you what you've got, Sagittarius. You've got the Two of Cups. You've got the Hangman. You've got the Three of Pentacles. You've got the Temperance card. And we've got Seven of Pentacles, and your energy for the week is the World, which is a nice one. Alright, let me have a sit and see what I want to say to you. It's peace of mind. Okay, so what I want to say to you, Sagittarius, okay, is I feel like you are working towards something. Like I feel like you're working through, I want to say challenging times, okay? And I use that just in a general context, but I feel like you're having to apply yourself. I feel like it is a lot of financial around you, but I feel like, in turn that puts strain on relationships and things like that. So it may just be that it is relationships. As I said, I am reading for a lot of you, but I am feeling like fed up and looking forward to seeing the end of something that's kind of, weighing down on me. And I want to say that you are doing the right things and that is coming, all right? But you've still got a little bit of work to do. And so what I want to say to you this week, Sagittarius, is be mindful not to turn your back on your relationships. Like really use the support around with your friendships, with your lovers, with your family, all of that kind of energy that's there. And just keep communicating. Just keep kind of keeping yourself stimulated, keeping yourself connected, all of that kind of energy that's there, because it helps bring you peace of mind, okay? And, when you pull out the Hangman that's there, you have a little bit of a tendency to withdraw and to go into yourself. And there's no need to kind of bring about self-sabotage or self-denial within this situation to stay connected, okay? Because you are doing the right things. And I feel like even though you keep getting hit with these little hurdles, you might doubt that and you might think you are doing the wrong things, but you're not. Okay, so this shows, there are improvements underway, but a little bit of delay around it. So, and that's just life, you know what I mean? I don't feel like it's any kind of bigger energy than just that's life, and it's just stuff that gets in the way with it, okay? It's just temperance cards, so it's about kind of moving forward, but it's also about, having those little bit of restrictions around you as well, which is what we've been talking about. So the Seven of Pentacles just wants to remind you, keep on working, keep on moving forward. As I said, you are doing the right thing, but there is still a little bit more work to do. So definitely an underwriting messages there to stay connected and don't let yourself fall into a little bit of a slump or a little bit of a disheartened feel because you feel like this is kind of something that's going to keep going and not ending. It is going to end because, as I said, you've got the World card that's there, and I just feel that as well. Like I just feel that the energy here is to remind you to keep doing what you're doing, not to have to find new ways or anything else like that. Just keep doing what you're doing, even though it's a bit frustrating, Sagittarius. All right, let's see what else. Yeah, see. Yeah. All right. So yeah. so your theme of the week there is cycles, and that's what I'm talking about. Okay, you are moving forward out of this. You're just in a cycle. You're just in a cycle. So when, this card here is all about where are you. So it just reminds you to ask yourself where you're at, where you're keeping your head at, where you're keeping your attitude at, where you're keeping your energy and your levels and everything else at, because you've got some internal conflict. And for me, as I said, it is just that feeling of like, when is this going to end? I'm doing everything right. Why isn't it working? All of that kind of stuff, okay? And you got the Unity card that's there, and that's what I say to you, stay in connection with your relationships. Stay in connection with your relationships because they're going to help you with your self-care. They're going to help you have motivation towards that and belief in that and everything else like that, because, as we've already said, there's lots of frustration around through this, okay? So keep working. You've still got some work to do this week, Sagittarius. I don't feel like it's a easy week, and I don't feel like you necessarily see the end of it either this week, okay? But you are moving forward. You are getting somewhere with it, and this is just a moment in time. So I really want to say to you this week, Sagittarius, to look after yourself, okay? Just look after yourself and to know that your actions are actually moving forward, and not to doubt yourself, and to stay connected to those around you. All work and no play, all that kind of energy that's there, but also just to stay connected. When we hear ourselves talk out loud sometimes, it helps us feel better inside. All right, don't withdraw inside. Keep communicating. All right, Sagittarius, so thank you very much for joining me for your weekly read this week. It has been a real pleasure to read for you, and as I said, if you haven't already and you would like to, please click the subscribe button, and you'll find the monthly reads up, and also, as I said, the daily reads as well. Find me on Facebook under Elizabeth Bratcher Psychic Medium. So much love to you. Thank you again, and I hope to see you next week. Have a good one until then.